fans! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you're watching this. Guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell myself. I'm struggling today, Jets fans. I really am. Gosh. Golly. Goodness gracious. Good grief. All those things come to mind. I'm telling you, man, I don't get it. But hey, here we are. My name is Green Bean. Welcome to episode 43 of Greenbean's Jets Pod. I never thought we'd be here. I didn't. I mean, look, I don't even think a lot of us are asking for too much. You know what I mean? We're not even asking for too much. You guys know me by now, most of you. I'm a positive guy. I'm a constructive fella. I'm a look on the bright side. I'm a glass half full. It's hard. It's hard to do. I'll tell you that. It is hard to do. But before we get started, again, I am Green Bean. This is Greenbean's Jets Pod, and I want to let you know about something going on I am incredibly excited about. It's definitely not the field play of our New York Jets. It's not. But we're having a great contest here. December 27th will be my first year on YouTube with this channel right here. And to commemorate the event, I'm trying to get a last 2-month push to get me to 5,000 subs in my first year. Since the contest started, we're almost at 100 for this week. So that's all I need is 100 a week, and we'll do it. And to commemorate that, we're having a contest, like I said. And 2 winners are going to win a t-shirt of their choice from the GreenbeanJetsfan.com merch store. All kinds of choices for great merch there. Some fun stuff I think you'll like. 2 winners will get to choose their t-shirt of their choice from that merch store. 1 grand prize winner will get to choose a t-shirt of their choice from the same merch store, but will also get a Manscaped pack that I think you're going to like. It helps to keep the important places neat and kempt. What do you think of that? So there you go. All you got to do is subscribe right here. Hit that little sub button and then head over to Full Time Coaster Tour on YouTube as well and do the same thing. Hit the sub button there and you are entered into this contest. If you would like an additional entry, all you have to do is go over to my Instagram, GreenBeanjetsfan on Instagram, and follow me there, and that will give you 2 entries into this contest that I love. I'm so excited. I think we're going to be able to do it. I've had an amazing first year on YouTube, and I couldn't be more grateful for the support, but this gives you the opportunity to win something for that support. Get something back. You know what I mean? If you're already subbed to this channel and Full Time Coaster Tour, don't worry. You are entered into the contest. You're already entered. I have access to all the lists and all that kind of stuff, and I'll be choosing someone at random to win the contest. If you'd like to support me and show maybe like a little tip, you can support me on Patreon as well. The link is right in the description of this very video. And that would be appreciated as well. $5, $10, $25 a month, whatever it is that you feel like I'm adding to your life, it would be greatly appreciated. And you get some benefits there too. Get early releases of stuff. We have the Wednesday meeting on Discord, all that kind of stuff. So it's fun and it is appreciated. So that brings us to the bad stuff. Now look, we just got trounced. And it's a shame, man, because we were so excited. We had 2 weeks to settle this thing down. Take a look at what's been going wrong. In my opinion, we should have won the Atlanta game. So going into the bye, we could have been 2-3, feeling good. We could have worked on things with a positive spin. But we blew it in Atlanta, in my opinion. Totally blew it. And we'll talk about that in a minute because I saw a lot of parallels, a lot of similarities in this very game against the New England Patriots. So we come out of the bye, raring to go. We looked at ourselves. Corey Davis said, "Trust me, we're ready." Yeah, we're ready, baby. We are ready for this game. Trust me. I went, ding. Trust me, we're ready. and they came out, run, pass, punt, like we do all the time. That's what 2 weeks led up to. As we learned this past week, Mike LaFleur scripts up to 25 plays, sticks to the script. So he scripted that. He scripted run, pass. That's what he did. Like so many offensive minds of our past, we come out, run, pass, no creativity, nothing different, exactly the same. So Mike LaFleur said, I looked in the mirror, I reflected, I took a hard look at myself, and the conclusion I came to was I'm good. I'm ready. I'm good at this. What is everybody crying about? I know what the hell I'm doing here. That was what he came out with. I'm going to do this the same exact thing I've always been doing. 54-13, and let me tell you something. While it was still not what we would really label garbage time for the 13 points, it was still, the game was so over. Really. I mean, if we kept going, yes, sure, we had enough time to get back into it, but the energy was gone. We were sapped. You know what I mean? That sugar maple was out of juice, man. So it was just like the Patriots were laying back as far defensively. They were having no problem getting to us with simple, rushes and all that. They didn't need to do anything. So they, look, we scored a couple points, took some time off the clock. It didn't mean anything. It really didn't. Zach Wilson had already been hurt. So we have a lot to look at here. What is it? What is it? We have a lot of places to point. Does Zach Wilson suck? Is he a bust? Is our offensive line just so bad that they can't do anything? They can't run block. They can't protect. Is it them? Is it the players? Is it the head coach? Is Robert Saleh a fraud? Is our general manager a fraud? Does he suck? Look at his record since he's been here. If you don't even include the first year with the 7 wins, when he was hired after the draft and after free agency and that whole thing, and his hands were tied and he talked Khalil out of retirement to try to do something, and if we don't include that, which I don't think we even should as far as records go, he didn't do anything. He didn't build that team. He didn't hire the coach. He didn't do anything. Right? So take those 7 wins away, and he's got 3 victories in two season and a half, almost a half season. 3 victories in a season and a half. Does he suck? Does he suck as a GM? Is he a fraud? A lot of people are telling me that because look, I'm an outward person, right? You guys generally know how I feel. Not that I don't change my mind after I see more things and all that. That's fine. But generally speaking, I have an opinion, right? I have a stance. And you guys know I'm a Joe Douglas supporter. You guys know this. I like a lot of things I see. In my opinion, he's doing things better than any GM we've had since maybe Dick Steinberg. And look, Tannenbaum had some fun. I didn't like how he did it, but he did it. He got us to 2 AFC championship games and all that, so you can't take that from him. But he wasn't a very good GM managing the whole thing and all that. But since Tannenbaum, we've had a shit show around here. And we had a shit show before him. Okay, so I think Joe Douglas is showing a lot of things that a lot of GMs we've had don't show. So I like him. So when things go bad, no matter it's without question. I can fully expect it. It's on Jetnation. It's on Jet's Twitter. It's on Instagram. I get texts from people who have found ways in. I get emails. Okay, whenever anything goes wrong. All the people that are Joe Douglas detractors that don't like what they're seeing with Joe Douglas, they reach out to me. They go, hey, asshole. That's what happens every time. So after the Patriots game, I've gotten probably a dozen. It's not even there yet. So they're just getting started. I've gotten probably a dozen people contacting me, telling me that my videos didn't age well, or what do you have to say about this, and he's a fraud and all that kind of stuff. So let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about the first head on the chopping block The first guy the crowd's dragging, a witch. Let's bring him forward, Mr. Joe Douglas. Ah! How do you know he's a witch? He looks like one, right? Remember that? So he looks like a witch. So we're putting him on the chopping block and we're going to put him on trial here. I got two great examples that people used to tell me why Joe Douglas sucks. Okay? And this is where it gets funny in my opinion. Here's what they said. Look how quickly the Arizona Cardinals turned around their franchise. Look how great they look. They're a powerhouse. Now, I want to just point out that if Steve Keim, the Cardinals general manager, was a member of the New York Jets, you would have been calling for his head on numerous occasions. He's been the general manager there since 2013. Okay? He's hired 3 head coaches. Okay, got shunned from others. They were an embarrassment. Let's not forget. They hired Steve Keim hired Steve Wilks as the head coach. Then they used a top 10 pick on a quarterback. 1 year later, they fired Steve Wilks and drafted another quarterback with the first overall pick. That's a very similar scenario, except Joe Douglas didn't pick Sam Darnold. He was given Sam Darnold. So all these things that you're looking at, if Steve Keim, he's been there for 9 or 8 years. The first 6 were an absolute train wreck. Train wreck. The Cardinals were a laughingstock. Jets fans, by this logic, would have never wanted to get here with Steve Keim. So I'm not going to get too into it, but I'm just telling you, these are the examples. When you look around the league at what's really going on, okay, and when you compare the Jets and their general manager, Joe Douglas has been here for a little over 2 years. Yes, this is his 3rd season. The first season was, we all know. I mean, I'm not even counting that in his win category. He was hired and the team was already set. He sprinkled a few players in here and there, traded a 6th for a cornerback because there wasn't any, talked an offensive lineman out of retirement because we didn't have any, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's all he could do his first year. So what is he supposed to do? So that year is whatever it was. The next year he decides, hey, we're going to tear this thing down. Gets rid of guys like Le'Veon Bell and Tremaine Johnson and Quincy Num, all that kind of stuff. So this is really the first year. He fired his buddy, the coach. You know what I mean? So this is really year 1, even though it's not. And I can get with that. But the truth is this is year 1. So in year 1 of Steve Keim, you guys, or let's say even the first 3, if you gave Steve Keim 3 years, and don't forget, he had all that alcoholism stuff. He was an embarrassment. He was an embarrassment to the Cardinals. Everybody was blown away that the ownership didn't fire him, especially after the Steve Wilks, Josh Rosen thing. Okay? So again, terrible example, but a good example for why you need to stay the course when you have a guy who clearly knows what he's doing. Even if the moves don't work, he knows what he's doing. The second example, I just got this one this morning. The Cincinnati Bengals and how quickly they've turned things around is why you should start questioning Joe Douglas's ability to build a team. Really? 2 years ago, they were 1-15. 2 years ago. Our first year with Adam Gase, don't forget, because their victory was against us, right? Remember that? So Duke Tobin, who's not really their GM, it's like a weird thing they have there. They don't really have a GM. He's like the president of football operations, something like that. But he's been there since 1999. How bad have the Bengals been throughout that period? This is the first year. Last year with Joe Burrow, they started looking like, okay, they might have something here. But they were still terrible. And so here they are, their first year, and we're using the Bengals to describe why Joe... Dude, these are perfect examples of why you need to calm down with the general manager. It's like, that's not the problem. It's not the problem. If you look at the Bengals and you look at the Cardinals, those are perfect examples to describe why it is that you let a general manager have 4, 5, 10 years. That's why. Those are the guys. Steve Keim, 2013, he's been the general manager, and he was on their staff before that. Duke Tobin's been there for a long time. Now, again, it's weird over there, and I don't pretend to know all the intricate details. You can talk to a Bengals fan, they'll know. But I know he's not the actual GM, but he has the general manager duties and all that stuff. Dude, again, laughing stock throughout his tenure. Laughing stock. This is the first year that the Bengals are being looked at as good. Look how quickly they turned it around. Look how quickly it took them 20 years. Wait, well, 10 years. When did they fire Marvin Harrison? Right? Like they've been terrible since, and even during his tenure. And don't forget, before that, they didn't have a playoff win, and it's like a whole thing, right? It's a whole thing. So for me, Joe Douglas isn't the problem. Now, how can I say that? Not only using the examples that I gave you that would highlight why it is you need to take a second and let the guy build. Let the guy tear this thing down and let him build. He just hired the coaching staff and all that kind of stuff. So for me, he's out. Because when you look at our team, when you look at guys that are on our team, in my firm belief, way too much talent to get blown out 54-13. Way too much talent. And I'm even talking about after the injuries. Of course, CJ Mosley's out. Obviously, Carl Lawson, Vinny Kerr, all that sort of stuff. We got guys dropping all over the place. So we're starting more rookies in the NFL. I know. I'm talking about even after that. Way too much talent. Now, again, I'm not saying Super Bowl talent. I'm not saying playoff talent. 54-13, absolutely too much talent. Now, where do I look if not the general manager? Is it Robert Saleh? I think it has to be Robert Saleh. Now, is it specifically Robert Saleh? Maybe not. But Robert Saleh had 2 weeks to get this team ready. He had 2 weeks to look at what was really going on, and we all know what's going on. We watch these games. Every single Jets fan that knows a lick about football knows exactly what's going on. And it all starts with personnel decisions. Personnel decisions. For example, and we'll beat this dead horse till it's dust. Why is Denzel Mims not in the game? It makes zero sense. I'm done with it. Okay, I don't agree. I didn't agree from the beginning. Okay, he was sick, all that. Okay, great. We're in the 7th week of the season. He's fine. And you throw him in the 4th quarter or on running plays. It's stupid. And I don't agree with it. The whole thing with Morgan Moses and George Fant. We would still have Fant on the right side. That whole thing, I disagreed with it from the very beginning. Now, when you look at our play design, again, 2 weeks to prepare for the Patriots, we came out, run, pass, punt. That's what we did. You could take any offensive coordinator, Paul Hackett, Bruce Cosby, that's all they ever do. It's the same offense over and over. So here we are with no imagination, no creativity. And you look at a guy, Mike LaFleur, who is Joe Douglas's best friend's little brother. Now, I don't even give a crap about all that. However you get your guys, I don't care. But I do care when the guy is clearly unable to look at what's in front of him and change it. Now, I'm going to use one play to highlight what I saw the entire game. I'm going to use one play. And it dovetails with last week's game. Or, the game in London. It's because it's the same play. Here we are. We finally have a little touch of momentum driving. Now, in the London game against the Atlanta Falcons, we happened to score a touchdown. We got the ball back. Defense stopped them. We got the ball back. And we were driving 2nd and 5. Same scenario. It didn't work in London. He throws the ball 4 or 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage to try to fool them with a wide receiver screen. It loses, 8 yards, 7 yards, whatever it was. The drive is done because now it's 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13, and we're not able to do it because we went backwards instead of forwards. Even if you would have run and got 3 yards, it would be, right? So he does that now, and instead of identifying that play and going, maybe we don't do that when we're driving. That was a mistake. We all knew it was a mistake. It was a stupid choice. So what does he do? We have a touch of momentum in the game. 2nd and 5. same exact play, except he upped it and made it even worse by we are known for having wide receivers that can block. Corey Davis, Denzel Mims, Keelan Cole, known for blocking. Known for it. Exceptional blockers. All of them. So what does he do? Maybe he was trying to fool them. They'll never think we're this stupid. 2nd and 5, back to pass, wide receiver screen, and the only guy between Jamison Crowder and the tackler is the smallest, most non-blockingest wide receiver we have on the entire team, Elijah Moore. With all due respect to Elijah Moore. That's not his role on the team. So again, when you talk about, and obviously the play didn't work, right? Obviously it didn't work. And it destroyed whatever momentum we had, pushed us backwards, and we weren't able to overcome it. We're not there yet. Okay, keep moving forward. So just looking at that one play, that highlights what I see all over the field, particularly on offense. You got tight ends, 25 yards downfield. 25 yards downfield. I'm going to leave it there. For me, our tight ends aren't that. Our receivers we have strengths. Our wide receivers have strengths and weaknesses. You don't put the success of that drive on the blocking ability of the only wide receiver on our team not known for blocking. Is he going to try? Sure, he's going to try. He got blown up, couldn't do anything, and the guy made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. You know, there was like 10 yards in front of Crowder. If Denzel Mims was there, if even Corey Davis, they would have blocked that guy, and he would have ran around him and got at least 10 yards, at least on 2nd and 5. But no. So I'm just using that to highlight what I see. It dovetails with the issues I have with their utilization of our personnel. Dude, we have plenty of talent. Plenty of talent. Again, enough to win yet? Maybe not. 54-13? Absolutely. In my opinion, the issue that we're having right now is LaFleur is incapable of doing this right now. Maybe he will be. I don't know. Right now, he can't do it. He can't see it. Now, I'm not even saying fire him. I'm saying take the control of the offense away from him because he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to build the game plan. He doesn't know how to get his quarterback comfortable. He doesn't know how to get his guys in space, use their strengths. They were on their 3rd nickel cornerback, 3rd string. You put Elijah Moore in the slot where he friggin' belongs, and you let him outmaneuver that nickel cornerback all day long until they are forced to stop it. He's a precise, surgical route runner. You get him in space, beating the hell out of that guy. That's what you do. Put Elijah Moore in a position where he can get into space. Michael Carter, get him into space. What are these wide receiver screens with guys 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage? That's not where we are. And if you're going to do it, have the best guy to make that block over there. Okay? So this is the problem. It's not talent. It's not the general manager. Now, where it is the general manager is he hired these coaches. But the truth is you hire the head coach and you let him develop and pick his staff, right? That's what you do. Now, everybody knows we had a tragic incident where we lost probably without question, the most seasoned offensive mind on our staff in Greg Knapp. We know that, and that's hard to overcome. And I don't discount that. But at this point, we are 7 weeks into the season after a 2-week bye. Just played our 6th game. You need to be able to figure it out. Matt Cavanaugh's been on the staff since week 1. I'm giving it all to you. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving you the time. I'm giving you all of that stuff. At this point, you have to know how to use the talent on your team. We have Corey Davis, we have Keelan Cole, we have Jamison Crowder, we have Denzel Mims, we have Elijah Moore. We have Berrios, we have Michael Carter, we have LaMichael Pirine, who we will not use and is better than Ty Johnson. I've been saying it for a year. We don't use them. We let Josh Adams go for Tevin Coleman or whoever, which was a mistake. Again, I don't agree with their personnel decisions, but I'm willing to give it to them. I'm willing to give you guys the benefit of the doubt that you're learning on the job, but not after this. Not after we watch the exact same plays that didn't work and ruined the game, the last game we played, and now we're going to try to force feed them again, but even made it worse. I don't understand. And we got a quarterback killed for it. Which, by the way, what the hell is going on? Did you guys see that play? That guy dove at Wilson's knee on the sideline. The fact that we didn't get that call is an atrocity. Now, I'm not saying we lost the game for the refs. I'm not saying that. But God damn it, that should have been called. We get that call every single time. This poor kid has been brutalized and he never gets a call. How could you let that guy dive at his knee? Wrap up his knee. He shot right at his knee. How do you allow that? How do you not call that? So there's a lot of stuff I'm pissed about. But if you're going to be actually one who looks at this constructively and not just wants to cry, the GM. It's not the GM. The place where the GM can be blamed is by hiring the coach, which we won't know what that is for years. Now, the coach I can blame for his best friend's little brother. Dude, you're going to have to do something. I understand you're loyal. I understand you want to stay the course. But in the meantime, guys are getting killed. So that's what it is. And when we get embarrassed like yesterday, dude, losing is losing. We're fine with losing. Not going into Foxborough and having the Mac Jones-led Bill Belichick laughing on the sideline assholes beat us by 54-13. Did you hear Richard Seymour? They commemorated him and everything. And he said, what game do you want to come back? I want to come back to the homecoming against the Jets. Why? What do you hate us for? But that's the thing. They're a bunch of snide, just dicks up there. That's what they are. And you walk in there for the first time going into Foxborough as a staff, and you make us watch that because of your stubbornness, because you refuse to use Denzel Mims, because you have Elijah Moore as the blocking wide receiver, because you refuse to put guys in the right positions? And when is the defense going to learn how to cover a damn screen or a wheel route? When is that happening? 10 yards a clip. Easy. At worst. So these are the Robert Saleh buddies. This is the buddy syndicate. All Robert Saleh's best friends. Robert Saleh, your career is on the line. You need to sit down with these guys and say, what the F is happening? What is happening? Now, is that on Joe Douglas? Of course it is. But again, you don't look at a situation where the guy clearly knows how to do his job. What's your alternative? Fire Joe Douglas. What is it? What's the alternative? So the Jets have problems, and I'm not happy about this one. I couldn't even record the podcast after the game like I usually do. I had no interest. It's sad because I went down to the Virginia Jets fan club down in Norfolk, Virginia, and what a great bunch of people that was. What a fantastic group. We had like 60, 70 people, Jets fans that all piled into AJ Gators in Norfolk. That's how they say it, I know. I say it Norfolk, but it's pronounced Norfolk. That's what they do here. Virginia's weird. What do you want from me? I go down there to do the Jetnation live stream on location with some of the finest Jets fans. Look at them. Wearing helmets, doing Jets chants. Look at this awesome shirt. This is the Virginia Jets fan club shirt. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look at this thing. We were in such a good mood. Fantastic wings. And let me tell you something. I know wings. I'm disappointed in 9 out of 10 places I get wings. They say, oh, we got atomic or nuclear. It's bull crap. I got the wings there. I said, let me do it. I got their wings. They call them the Gates of Hell flavor. Gates of Hell. Usually they go, Gates of Hell, you get it, and it's like eating candy, right? Dude, Gates of Hell indeed. Great flavor, and that's the trick. Usually people they can't make it hot, but when they do, it's only heat. AJ Gators, nice. So we went down there, had great wings. We had the prizes and the Jets chants. Everybody, the kids, everybody was in a great mood. Within 5 minutes, we all knew. And we tried to keep it up, tried to keep it going. But we went into Foxborough with this coaching staff who has no connection to the pain that is. I don't care if we lose by a point, or I don't care if we lose, but you don't go into that building and get blown out 54-13. Our quarterback leaves the game. Like, how many times with the friggin' Patriots already? So this coaching staff, Robert Saleh, you need to figure something else out. Yeah, I know you're angry. I know you're upset. Look at your friends. Look at Mike LaFleur. He's clueless. Does not know what he is doing. Evidenced by what's on the field. The fact that he does not know how to utilize a 6'3", 4'3", hands catching, blocking wide receiver. The fact that he can't use him is a travesty. The fact that he can't get Elijah Moore in space is a travesty. The fact that he sticks Elijah Moore out there and tries the same play that killed the game in London is a travesty. He's lost. He's scripting 25 plays. How about script 2? And see where you are and live in the game. Do that. Simplify the offense. You look at the offensive line. I'll give you one more play. You look at the offensive line. There was one on that sack, on that first sack of Zach Wilson when the guy came unblocked around the edge. I want to just point out, Morgan Moses and Van Roten were blocking the same guy. And Connor McGovern was also checking him out to make sure that one guy didn't get through. We had 3 of our linemen whose attention was on one guy. Now, why is that? You think Morgan Moses is all of a sudden an idiot? No, that's his assignment. There are blocking assignments. They have to do their job. You have to trust the call and do your job to the best of your ability because everybody else is supposed to be doing their job. You do what your responsibility is. So the guy comes running around the edge. Why would that be? I don't know why, but that's the assignment. Chances are Morgan Moses, who's been in the league for X number of years and has been great, all of a sudden forgets how to block or forgets how to cover the edge. It's the blocking assignment. It's the scheme. I've been saying this since week 1. Nothing is changing. If it's too complex, I don't care. If you have 5 dunces on the offensive line and they can't get it, you need to change to their intellect level. That's where you need to go. If they can only do man, then you do man. All right? If you got to go to an 11 personnel and just man on man, just do these 3 routes and I'll find you like backyard school ball like we used to do, then that's what you do. Because this complex thing that you're doing, try tight ends out wide, Elijah Moore out wide, like I don't know what it is. But it's clearly not working. You have to come back. You have to come back to the beginning. And that's what I thought we were going to see in this game. A simplified offense that is predicated on Zach Wilson being comfortable. Absolutely not. It was the exact opposite. Like I said, I got 10 plays I could use. I'm using those 2. Because that epitomizes the whole game. That is the problem. Defense, I got plenty of problems on the defense. But again, they're on the field all damn day. So, do I see any hope? Of course. Of course I see hope. You know how I am. Do I think we're going to win anytime soon? Not if we play like that. Not if what LaFleur thinks he's going to need to do is have Elijah Moore as the blocking back and Denzel Mims sitting on the bench. No, I don't think we're going to see any victories. Now we got Mike White at quarterback because Zach Wilson's going to be out 3 weeks. I don't know. Are we rooting for a tank? Are we rooting for maybe Joe Douglas says, hey, bad move, fires the whole staff and brings in somebody who's done this before? Maybe. Jeff Fisher? I don't know. Again, I'm not going to do revisionist history, but you guys know Saleh wasn't on. I liked the hire. I'm not going to change that. I said, it's a good hire. That's good. But that wasn't my choice. I wanted either one of the college coaches that had been a successful head coach for a few years, or I wanted Greg Roman. That was my choice. Maybe Dable, something like that. But I liked it. I liked the hiring, but I knew right there we're going to have to watch this guy learn on the job, which is fine if there's progress. We are going backwards because they refuse to change anything. They're trying to squeeze square pegs in round holes. And Saleh needs to sit down with these guys today and say, hey, Mike, thanks for the effort. I still need you, but Matt Cavanaugh, you're going to take over play calling duties. You're going to run the game. Let's see how that goes. It's the only guy left on the staff that can. We got Calabrese, LaFleur, Calabrese. And you got John Benton. I don't know. He's a running game coordinator, but he's another one with the offensive line schematics. I don't know what they're doing. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry we got to feel this way today. I'm sorry we got to go through this week. I'm going to be honest with you. We've had some terrible losses, especially to the Patriots. This is way up there. Way up there. Way up there. This is butt fumble level embarrassing. And the truth is, Woody Johnson, Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh, we don't deserve it, man. The fact that you're not in touch enough to know that you leave it all out there in New England, I don't give a shit. Blood, sweat, and tears. You don't drag us through this. They came into our house 4 picks. You go up to there after 2 weeks to plan, run, pass, punt. I don't know. This is the first time I'm going to watch what Saleh can do. But I'm telling you, if he never pulls the cord on his coordinators, Joe Douglas just might have to Steve Wilkes him. Start over, man. Identify. That is what I'll put on Joe Douglas. The play on the field yesterday, the talent's there, guys. The talent's there to be competitive. The talent is here. We're not using it. We have no idea how to use it. That is the problem. Is it on Joe Douglas? On that end, yes. He needs to sit down with Saleh and go, okay, buddy, you wanted adversity, tough guy. This is what you spoke of. Here it is. You're week 7. You're off. You haven't scored a point in the first half. 106-0 or something like that. In the first. Come on. Unacceptable. Make some changes or I change you. We'll scrape that shit, all gas, no brake off the windows in 10 seconds. I'll have that gone by the morning. That's what needs to happen. And that I'll put on Joe Douglas. I know we're upset. I'm upset. Calling for the only thing that we've had good in this damn franchise in 20 years, for 10 years, it's not going to help anything. The talent's here to be competitive. We all knew it going into the season. Everybody knew it. Every Jets fan was pumped. Why? Because we had the talent to be competitive. Maybe not win. We knew that. You had guys saying 12-5. That is what it is. It's fun. But realistically, we knew we probably weren't going to win a lot of games. But we did believe we were going to be competitive. Why? Because the talent's here. Yes, the injuries happened and that didn't help, but the talent's still here. Our offense should be lethal. Andy Reid with that offense, we're competing. I'm telling you right now. And Denzel Mims already has 450 yards on the season. I'm telling you. So get it right, Jets. Robert Saleh, you got your adversity. What do you do with it? That's when you find out what men do. Right, yeah. We're going to find out what you do. I know you were talking about other guys. It's you. It's you. And we need to know what you're going to do. Because LaFleur is lost. Put him in the box. Something. In my opinion, what should happen is Matt Cavanaugh should have the goddamn keys. That's it. And we'll ride this out to the end of the year and evaluate it. So, guys, look, I'm with you. You know I am. I feel the same things you're feeling. But again, if we're going to gripe, let's gripe intelligently. Okay? Let's gripe intelligently. I got to defend. You say, look, the Bengals. Dude, their GM's been there for a decade. More 20 years. Who's still the Cardinals? Got good. Again, either do some research. We all have access to the same stuff. And know what you're talking about. I know we have feelings. Emotions are illogical. We know that. Have some, take a minute. Look at what you're saying. The Cardinals? You guys would have been calling for Steve Keim's head in the first 2 years. Without question. Look at he fired his head coach. You got to use 2 top 10 picks on a quarter in 2 years. I'm telling you. You got to look at him now. You want to start over every 10 minutes? I'm sick of it. Joe Douglas should be here for a decade. At minimum. He clearly knows what he's doing. If he gets things wrong, whatever. So, there you go, guys. Don't forget the contest. I'm trying to give you guys some free stuff. Also, I got a new sponsor, too, I want to tell you guys about. The link's right down there. It says Sports Memorabilia. It's Christmas time. It's about to be Christmas. This is a fantastic site. I hooked up with sportsmemorabilia.com. And look at all the stuff. I'm going to show you right now. You click the link, it takes you right to the Jets page, but there's something for sports fans everywhere. You click on that link, you buy something. If it's over $50, they'll give you free shipping. Just click on that link. Get your Christmas gifts. Look at the helmets with the whole sack exchange on. It's beautiful. And don't forget, if you want to be in the contest, sub right here, sub at Full-Time Coaster Tour, and you're entered. If you want an additional entry, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. And man, I apologize for yelling, guys. I do. It's frustrating. And not the least of it is the people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Look, if you have real gripes about Joe Douglas, that's fine. But when you start comparing them to teams that have weathered this with their GMs who are now successful, it's exactly my point. So let's get through this. Let's see how they come back. See for the Halloween game. That ought to be fun. That ought to be fun. Keep your heads up, guys. I'll see you all throughout the week. We got the Thursday thick of it on Thursday, 9 p.m. We also got the After Hours Jets Fest at 10:30 p.m. following the most awesome show there is, the Talking Jets panel on Jets Talk 24/7, where Ryan, Matt O'Leary, and myself get together and therapize, philosopho. That's what we do. We hang out with all of you guys. Hundreds of you guys show up. If you haven't yet, you're going to love it. Get on that show. Jets Talk 24/7, 8 p.m. on Tuesday, and then immediately following, we do the After Hours Jets Fest. And don't forget about Jets Worldwide, where we interview Jets fans from around the world, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. I still love you guys. We're just going to fight a little bit, okay? You got issues? I mean, you have, throw it at me. We'll talk, but don't be a butthead about it. Steve Keim. Get out of here. Get out of here. What are you talking about? So anyway, love you guys. I feel better venting like that. Maybe you should call me up and yell at me. We'll do that. As always, go Jets.